Hey guys, this is Adam with See You Later Leaner, and I am here with one of my good friends, but also our client success director, Kaitlyn, and it's Spencer now,
I know it's weird. I seeing my name up there. Ha!
right?
Caitlin Ray, as people might know me.
So, one of the reasons we chose Kaitlyn a while ago for client success director, I wanted someone with really good energy, opposite energy of me, because I kind of have no energy. I'm just the same all the time. So, I wanted someone who could really hype up our community chats. I think we have like five, six different community chats within our group. One for mental health, which Celeste runs, and then we have training, lifestyle, contest prep. It's just a really amazing community, and it was so awesome to be able to bring you in. But also, one of the roles of client success is just to help with, just being a mediator for clients and being able to book phone calls with her. There are times where people may be shy to like ask me something, or maybe they're just having a difficult time. Um, it is easy when you do this to sometimes like sit in the corner, be lonely, and like kick rocks by yourself and just,
Mhm.
like sometimes you can get in a spot where you're like, oh, I want to ask Adam this, but I'm afraid to. And like, no one should ever feel that way, but sometimes people do. And I think that's great where you can, go to client success and talk to Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn got her pro card and she is very familiar with the grind and the journey. And that's another reason we put her in because, athletes struggle. Sometimes girls just want a female to talk to and not me. There might be other personal things that you feel like, you know, you want to talk to her about. And, additionally, sometimes you guys may not want to bring those things up to me. And I see it more and more where people are like, I don't know if I should hire a male or a female coach. And
Yeah.
what I think is great about bringing you on, there might be those small things you feel more comfortable asking a female about. And that's where Kaitlyn can really come into play. So,
Yeah.
how has it been being our client success director for maybe like the past 2.5 months now?
Yeah. No, it's been good. I love like when I was working with you and competing, I loved the community. That was one thing that drew me towards See You Later Leaner and why I stayed so long. Obviously, I love you, but it just the people involved. Always when you go to shows, you have a group of girls there that you know. Everyone was so kind. I met one of my best friends through this journey, and so I wanted to come back and be a part of it. And like everything you just said, let the girls know like they're not here alone. Keep participating, and you don't need to kick rocks by yourself to be successful. Lean on your teammates, voice your concerns. So I'm so glad because you didn't have this app when I was competing with you. So we kind of did it a different way, but this app I think definitely brings your community and your team more cohesive and lets everyone know what's going on all in one place.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so awesome to be able to do this. And one big lesson I have learned as a coach is like delegating positions for people. I think it's so important. And what's great is, you get to pat these people on the back through their journey. And like when these people go pro or when these people, hit their weight loss goals, it's awesome because it's a collaborative effort through all of us. And, I've really noticed since having you in the app, our community chats are just popping. Like it's almost sometimes hard to keep up because there's so much
Yeah.
going on in our community. So I love that I have you there because then that helps me kind of stay grounded on my check-ins and make sure I get that stuff done first. And then I more so try to do like lessons in there to just kind of keep earning people's trust because I think it's just more important this day and age. Chat GPT has came out and I really feel like we have chat GPT proofed our business with how our operations work. Like, you in the chats, you can tell it's you. And like,
Yeah.
the only way I give feedback, and the only way I've really given feedback for a while, is voice memos. And so you're hearing my voice, or you can jump in on the open Zoom. And coaching has always been fragile if it's not been done well. And a lot of people are asking, is AI going to replace coaching? I think with fragile coaching, it might, but with a community like ours, there's no way in hell, unless you buy like 8 different chat GPT accounts and have it like communicating as a group and have like pretend preppers in there, So, you know, um, all this technology could never replicate what we're doing. And I think that's what's so cool about it because I just don't think that people are going to want to be coached the way people used to do it anymore, where it's email or where it's just a text. I think you really need to formulate a community. And I'll go ahead and call out some things. I don't think coaches are willing to do it because they don't want their athletes sharing the fact that everyone's getting the same exact plan.
Right. That's true. That's something you don't think about. And it's like, how many coaches out there are just giving out textbook things? And then I've seen it in our chat, girls coming from other people saying, hey, this kind of sounded a little weird. And sure as shit, Jane Smith had the same exact meal plan, or every peak week was the exact same. Like nothing changed. My macros are the same. I had the same amount of water. And then with you, it's like, there's nothing that's always the same because you're constantly checking in with people. Every peak week I ever did with you, my food was always different. My training was always different. The night before the show, the morning of the show, everything. Like it was always unexpected because it just depends on where you were at, how you were feeling, and what you saw we needed to look like.
Yeah. Sometimes that stresses people out though, but
Then it's always different.
it's always different.
Yeah.
But then it could be one of those things where eventually once you do the same thing 20 times, you're ready to say, "Oh, well, I just realized my show times change every time I compete. Maybe breakfast shouldn't be at 6 a.m. every time, or my hair and makeup's at 2. Like, what do I do?" So, um, what's one of your favorite parts about being the client success director?
Getting to know everybody. And I love, me, I'm always the hype woman and stuff. So like if someone, I've had a few phone calls with girls and, they seem kind of down in the dumps or they're just super anxious, and just reassuring them that they're not alone, and, giving my experiences and other competitors I've become friends with and their experiences. They're like, oh, wow, you went through that too. I'm like, yeah, like, cause they're thinking like they're doing something far off the wall and like, a little crazy in the mind because maybe someone in their family doesn't understand, or friends that don't do this don't understand. So having that like relatability is why I love this. Because I always felt I had no one, like my husband doesn't do this. None of my friends ever did this. My family looked at me like I was crazy when I started this. So I felt so alone and isolated.
Yeah.
And then these are like my people. It's like, oh, you guys bring your food with to dinners? I'm not crazy. So talking with the girls and, letting them know that we all think the same way is really cool to be a part of.
That's awesome. I didn't realize you were doing that many calls one on one because obviously we try to keep this private for you guys. So, like, Kaitlyn can really be just a mediator. And if she feels like I need to hear something, she's going to tell you, you should tell him.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know how many calls Kaitlyn does a week, but I love that you guys are utilizing her. So please do so. This is something that we really want to grow. And as you later, Leaner grows, Kaitlyn grows, and she gets to do more of what she loves. And it's just such an honor to have. I couldn't think of anyone better to have in this position on the team. It
You're
makes me
awesome.
so happy. So
Yeah. Just really quick with those calls, any girls that are watching, or even guys, any of your guy competitors, you can still call me. You don't have to be a female to do it. But I just want you guys to know what we talk about is between me and you guys. Like, I'm not going to go run to Adam and be like, oh, Jane Smith said this about you.
Yeah.
Like this is private between us unless I feel that Adam needs to know a concern. Like, hey, like you need to do this for this person, or hey, we need to pay more attention to this for this person. But I'll give you advice and you say, hey, maybe you should tell Adam this. But I'm
Yeah.
not going to go be running to Adam if you guys tell me something in private. So I just want that to be clear.
Yeah, you guys can like go to Kaitlyn and complain about me. Like he cut my macros. I
Yeah,
feel
vent
like they're,
away.
you know, and I feel like they're a little too low. Like, it's interesting because I feel like if you have the power and the ability to do that, one, you should be able to always communicate that with your coach. But sometimes people are afraid to say they can't or they're just not
Mhm.
ready for that step. And I think this is where a coach and a client can really get divided. So if you can bring that up to Kaitlyn, she's going to say, hey, definitely tell him exactly what you just told me. And he will more than likely find a way to make these macros work for you, or just say, hey, we're jumping the gun too fast. You may not be ready for that intake yet. What's going on? Maybe we need to bring intake up for a little bit before we start dieting down again. So,
Yeah.
I I have found that having multiple people to count on can just really help you in this process. This process is not easy, and I'm also just seeing a big rebirth of new competitors with Fit Model.
Mhm.
And one of the biggest things for me in this next decade of me coaching is giving you guys the tools that we did not have back in like I'll say like 2010 when bikini just started getting really big. All of you guys were fresh. No one knew I mean, we knew what reverse dieting was, but not many people did it. It was the East Coast, West Coast beef on macros or meal plans back then. Like, we have so many tools now. I want to make sure that these newer competitors, you know, have those tools. And I think now that we have all this information, it's almost harder. And I hate to say that because I have girls where I cut their calories and they're worried about their hormones. And they're like, maybe we shouldn't do this because our hormones. But, we have plenty of resources, and Kaitlyn can tell you your hormones are certainly going to suppress if you get lean enough. We just don't avoid that. But the most important thing is restoring them once you're back, and once you're in the off season. So, and these are things like Kaitlyn, always did the VIP option with me. So not only was Kaitlyn like coached by me, we did a 15-minute phone call once a week for coaching. And Kaitlyn, as a coach herself, was always wanting to learn like why we did things. And that I think that's what probably kept you around so long is we taught you so much and you learned so much from me. And it was always intriguing and interesting to you. And even today, now that we're not doing anything professionally from a coaching relationship, you're still asking me about things because
Yeah.
you are very scientifically driven and you like knowing the reason why we do certain things. I love that about you because I really trust that she can discuss even just some of the science and the physiology behind the processes with you guys.
Yeah, and that's a couple things. When I started with you, I was a cop. I had nothing to do with my business in the gym or nutrition or anything. I learned so much in my first season prepping with you about the body, about food, about exercise, and seeing my transformation where I never thought I could make a transformation like that. It piqued my interest so much that today I did a complete career switch. And I became, you know, not only a pro bodybuilder because I just kept asking questions and loved the journey and seeing how everything changed, own my own gym, became a nutrition coach, mostly because of you, because of the knowledge I learned from you in this sport in general. It was just so fascinating. And I tell everyone to this day, I'm like, Adam is a genius. And I use that story I put in the chat about you looked at a picture of me the night before a show. and you said have like 1,000 milligrams of sodium and a couple sips of water with it. And I'm like, what the hell? Like what? And it was the most disgusting thing I did. I did not understand it at all. But I listened to you and I'm like, all right, I hired Adam to tell me what to do. I woke up the next morning tight and lean and holy shit.
Yeah.
And that moment there, I was like, the knowledge you have sets you apart from so many coaches. Because you're not just saying hit these macros, we got your body look like this. Like, you are so intelligent and you know so many things. Like, I know girls you've helped restore their hormones and now they can have kids. I know all these people with gut issues and you help them become better. And that's not even just related to getting on stage. Like, these are other things that are involved with bodybuilding. So, like, why not hire an all-around coach that not only helps you prep and build, but make sure the hormones stay balanced and make sure the gut is good. I mean, they're all very vital things.
Yeah, and now we have Celeste stepping in for,
And the
some
mindset.
mindset, which
Yeah.
is great. I know my limitations for sure. Or just even, I did some certifications. I did one with Dr. Corey Probst, who was actually our old mental health director back in the day. But Corey hasn't been a part of my company for maybe like, oh my God, it's been like 6 or 7 years now. But filling that void now has been really nice. And I just also think I only have so much bandwidth. And, I didn't always do the gut health stuff, like that's maybe been like 5 years now or 4 years now that I've really felt comfortable with. Helping clients with that. I had some really great mentorship along the way. And yeah, my goal is just to bring more and more tools to you guys so my bandwidth stays within a certain parameter. And that just keeps me being, a better coach for you guys.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing I could give to people is when they come to me, I say, trust Adam. I get there's doubt in your mind and you have every right to doubt, is this going to affect this? Or, if I do this, are you sure it's not going to do this? It's like Adam will guide you in the right direction and he's not going to set you up for something that he's like, for example, you giving someone a free meal
Right.
and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I don't know. Like, what if I wake up tomorrow and I just spill over and I ruined all my progress? I'm like, that's overthinking it. And number two, Adam wouldn't suggest doing that if you weren't in a situation to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
those are the big things with that.
It's really cool to have you in and just having like basically you could think of Kaitlyn as an assistant coach in a way,
In a
where
sense.
where basically, you can book calls with her, you're going to see her in the community chats. And honestly, for anyone watching this on like the YouTube platform, because we're going to post this, comment below free trial and we'll give you access to our app and one of the community chats so you guys can kind of get a preview of what our community looks like within See You Later Leaner. And then, once you see that, you'll probably want to be a part of the team and we can talk about coaching.
Yeah. There's no better team out there, especially if you're looking for fun and winning.
Yes.
More and more wins I'm seeing. More and more.
Well, is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. Like, just again, thanks for letting me be a part of this and, keep reaching out to me. Any questions you have that's not training and nutrition specific to your coach's plan, I'm here for it.
Amazing. Well, we appreciate you so much. It's an honor to have you again. Other teams can have a client success director, but it will not be as good as ours.
Heck no! Let's go!
Well, it was good having you on, and we will see you guys later, Leaner.